Good Friday afternoon. Meteorologist John Birchfield here checking in on that forecast that is shaping up to be brilliant and beautiful for your Friday afternoon and Friday evening, although there are going to be some changes in the weather as we head towards the weekend. It is going to be feeling considerably warmer, and by Sunday, highs are going to be near 90 degrees. Additionally, there is going to be more humidity, a very dry and comfy feel for the time being, but that increase in mugginess Sunday into Monday is going to fuel some storm chances that'll be timing out in just a minute. Skies are brilliant and beautiful. You may have noticed a little more of that upper level wispy cloud cover that can be seen through our Marblehead Lighthouse camera, and also high atop downtown Toledo, seeing some of those cirrus clouds, although it is going to be another comfy evening for some Toledo Mud Hens baseball if you are heading downtown. Temperatures are in the low 70s around midday. Winds are nice and calm, and it is expected to be a really comfortable afternoon with highs that'll be in the upper 70s to right around 80. So what about the humidity? That is a big part of our weather story this time late in the summer, and humidity levels still remain comfortable with a dew point below 60 degrees. That dew point is at 53 as of around midday, so a very dry, refreshing, and comfortable feel. As far as the wildfire smoke goes, a significant improvement compared to where we were with those historic AQI levels a week ago. The current AQI is at a 54. That is on the low end of moderate, so most individuals going to enjoy some nice fresh air this afternoon and evening. In the temperature department, we are once again below average. The normal high is still at 86 degrees for this time in late July, and our current temperature map does show you lower 70s, so we are considerably below average and expected to remain that way as well. Low temperatures once again got down to the low 50s, and that ties yesterday's low of 53, which both of those days, the coldest temperatures we have recorded this month so far. Back to the west of town, 50 degrees in Fulton County, low 50s in Lenawee County, and 50 degrees up towards Monroe County as well. Radar and satellite, the one thing you'll notice is the wispy mid to upper level cloud cover. There's not a speck of rain on here. However, there is a little bit thicker of cloud cover back towards Hillsdale and Williams counties, and even across the Toledo metro. It isn't going to totally spoil the day, but you may notice a little more cloud cover and filtered sunshine. There is a high pressure system overhead, and the proximity of that high keeping winds very tame, very calm, and very tranquil. Nearest rainfall, you got to go way to the west of us, where there is a little more activity in the jet stream back towards Iowa and Missouri. Coming up in a few minutes, I'm going to be talking about how the jet stream is going to gradually be shifting to the east, and how that activity could fuel some storm chances late Sunday and into Monday. So 3 things you need to know as we turn over the calendars into the weekend. The rest of the day is going to be dry and sunny. You may see some of that mid to upper level cloud cover, but no rainfall is expected for your Friday and Saturday. There is going to be a big weekend warm up. We're going to be in the 80s Saturday, 90 degrees possible Sunday and into Monday, and that is going to fuel storm chances Sunday into Monday. A few of those storms could be on the stronger side as we monitor the potential for an isolated severe risk. There is still some uncertainty this far out, but there is still going to be the chance for some thunderstorms. So the remainder of your Friday does feature temperatures that'll be in the lower 80s. Winds are going to be fairly light at 0 to 5 miles per hour due to that high pressure system over the Great Lakes region. Temperature wise, going to be a very comfortable feeling evening. First pitch at Fifth Third Field is going to feature temperatures in the 70s. Overnight lows once again dropping back into the 50s. Perhaps not quite as chilly as the last 48 hours, but we're still expecting lows that'll be shy of 60 degrees. So a cool and refreshing setting for that morning walk or bike ride. Afternoon highs are expected to be in the 80s, just a couple of degrees cooler near the Lake Erie shores, but at least bringing us back closer to some normal late July temperatures. It is going to be a nice evening for Pizza Palooza at Centennial Terrace in Sylvania as well. Temperatures in the 70s for your Friday evening, very light winds, and this is the last 9 p.m. sunset of the year in Sylvania. Toledo sunset has already dipped back to 8:59 p.m. So the hourly planner does bring those temperatures in the mid 70s at 6 p.m. A mix of clouds and sunshine expected. Bright sun at 8 p.m. with temperatures in the mid 70s, and clearing out after dark, clear skies in upper 60s. And with the absence of cloud cover after dark, that is going to enable those overnight low temperatures to plummet. So beyond the weekend, the next big weather impact that we are monitoring is storm chances that'll be possible Sunday night and into Monday. The feel is going to be hot and humid. Temperatures are expected to top out in the lower 90s, but with the humidity, that feels like our heat index could even be in the mid to upper 90s and approaching 100 degrees west of Toledo. There is going to be the risk for some strong to borderline severe storms with straight line winds the primary threat. Now, this far out, there is still a good deal of uncertainty. However, the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted our area as having the chance for some strong storms. High pressure continues to influence our weather for the next 36 hours. What does that mean for you? A cool night, clear skies, and really comfy conditions. Saturday is expected to be dry. By Sunday, we're going to start to see some of that jet stream activity shift from west to east. I do expect largely dry conditions on Sunday, but you are going to notice an uptick in temperatures and an uptick in humidity levels. As that high pressure fades away to the south, we're going to be watching activity that'll be sweeping in from the northwest. We call this a northwest flow when the jet stream brings us weather disturbances from the upper Midwest to the Great Lakes region. Sunday night, there is going to be the chance for some clusters of showers and thunderstorms. A few of those could be on the stronger side, mainly north of Toledo up towards Michigan. That is where the storm risk is going to be the most prevalent. And then Monday is really the day to watch. The jet stream is going to be directly overhead, and there will be some periodic weather disturbances coming in from the north and northwest. Now, the timing is really going to be one of the key factors determining if we do see a severe weather threat, and should we see anything Sunday night, that could also impact how the thunderstorms play out on Monday. So still a good deal of uncertainty, but the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted the potential for severe weather across essentially the entire Great Lakes region, and this is on Monday the 27th. Sunday night into Monday, that storm threat, it's going to be extending from Milwaukee and Chicago back towards South Bend and Fort Wayne through Toledo and Cleveland, even over towards Erie, Pennsylvania, and all of lower Michigan is also highlighted under this risk as well, and the majority of the Buckeye State, where there could be the threat for a few strong to severe storms. Now, it's a pretty broad range, and it's too early to pinpoint exactly when the specific timing may occur. So enjoy the tranquil weather for the next 48 hours. It is going to be a dry and mild afternoon for your Friday. Temperatures are going to be in the low 80s, and keep in mind that normal high is still at 86 degrees. Saturday is going to be dry and warmer, at least closer to that average high temperature. By Sunday, you are going to feel the increasing heat and humidity levels. Highs are going to be in the lower 90s. An isolated storm can't be ruled out late in the evening, although the majority of the day is looking totally dry and tranquil. It is going to be hot and humid, though, as those temperatures climb to the lower 90s and the heat index even warmer. Monday is going to be hot and muggy, low to mid 90s possible, and that feels like Monday could even creep up to the upper 90s. If you live west of Toledo, say back towards Defiance and Williams counties, those are the areas that are going to feel even hotter and where that heat index could be pushing 100 degrees. There will be some rounds of scattered storms on Monday, although the severe risk still remains a little bit up in the air at this point. We're keeping a close eye on that storm potential and how the timing may dictate the severe risk. So we are looking at low humidity levels, but as we head towards Sunday and into Monday, that is when the mugginess is expected to skyrocket. So what about rain chances? More so in a long-term forecasting setting. Well, there is going to be a drier pattern evolving for late July and into early August across the upper Midwest, with that sweet spot of really a precipitation deficit over Minneapolis and Iowa. That could extend back towards the lower Great Lakes region, but the gray color here at home, that essentially means average rainfall. We're going to get some storm systems, but it's not really going to be an inundation of rainfall. Whereas back towards the upper Midwest, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, below average rainfall is going to be expected, and then back towards Wichita, above average rainfall. Out towards the Atlantic seaboard, there is going to be a more active storm track for New England, especially interior New England up towards Maine, and many of those coastal cities could see a little bit more of an active storm track. So rainfall for the next several days. Let's check it out. Friday into Saturday, 0%. There is not going to be a drop of rain for the start of the weekend, so 48 hours more of calm conditions. As we head towards Sunday and into Monday, that is when storm chances start to rise. The majority of Sunday is looking dry with a very low confidence in any sort of thunderstorm activity. Sunday night and into Monday, that'll be our best bet to see some thunder showers, and through Tuesday as a cold front works through the area, isolated storms that'll be ending. By the middle of the week, no worries of any rain and thunder, and there's actually going to be a drop in humidity as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday as a result of that next cold front. Friday, there is going to be an additional isolated 30% chance. So bottom line, no washout days by any means, but there will be some periodic and isolated showers and storms. Now, there's some changes in the weather coming our way this time of year. The average high temperature is dropping quickly. By the start of August, that normal high drops down to 86. Mid-August, 84. 84, early September 82. So a fairly gradual drop at first, but then as we round the corner into mid-September, the average high falls to 78, and early October, the average high plummets to 72 degrees. So still plenty of summer left, but it is a reminder that those fall temperatures are right around the corner. Dry, calm, beautiful conditions for your Friday evening. Low 80s for highs. Saturday morning brings us lows in the 50s. Afternoon highs are going to be a little closer to normal at about 85 degrees. The heat and humidity start to build Sunday and into Monday. Most of Sunday's dry. Isolated storms Sunday night into Monday, perhaps even lingering into Tuesday. By the middle of the week, 84 degrees, and you're also going to feel a significant drop in humidity levels. So some nice fresh air midweek and a less muggy setting for those outdoor plans. Staying very refreshing feeling on Thursday, but there is going to be a rise in mugginess Friday, and that could fire off some additional showers and thunderstorms. Upper 80s are expected Friday, and into next weekend, more seasonable conditions. As we turn over the calendar from July into August, there are going to be some days in the mid 80s ahead, and that's on par for what you'd expect for early August, with that average high right in the mid 80s. So bottom line, storm chance Friday, storm chances Sunday night into Monday, perhaps even lingering into Tuesday. But overall, the majority of the extended forecast does feature seasonable conditions with rain chances that will be scattered and periodic.